Oh my god, here we are then.
Hello.
The first episode. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
This has been the longest week ever.
Yeah, it really has.
Get
really
ready.
Stressful as well.
I know. Oh, right, should we do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it!
Yeah.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's recording. You're listening to Marple's brand new podcast with Robbie and Liv.
Okay, so hi everybody out there listening, or our listener, your mum, and welcome to our brand new podcast. So this is the Marple podcast, where we're going to be discussing all things Marple and Marpolian, and amongst other things, of course. Joining me is my co-host, my partner in crime, my friend, my employee, or my a bit of everything. It depends what you are today, I don't know, but it's Liv, everyone! So Liv, welcome!
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Pretty excited but nervous at the same time.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm a little bit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why. I think it's because it's a pre-record as well. I'm really good at live stuff. But doing this pre-record, I'm so out of my comfort zone. You know, I'm out of my comfort zone because I'm at your house.
But why? You're here more than I am.
That is actually true. I'm definitely. I probably am actually here way more than you. So let's tell these guys a little bit about us because it's the first episode. So I'm Robbie. I'm a magician slash entertainer slash singer slash I don't know, plumber. If you've got the budget, I'll do the work. UK Entertainer of the Year. Get that in nice and early, just so people know. So I do kid parties and weddings and theatre shows and do a lot of panto.
Oh no, you don't!
I've always been a dame in
Really?
Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, I've always ended up playing panto dame.
Oh.
I love it though. I
Yeah.
absolutely love playing the dame. It's the best thing ever. I'll show you some pictures after the show.
Oh, I'm gonna love the pictures.
So that's a little bit about me. I mean, we can talk more about my career extensively. I mean, there's been a bloody lot of it. Like the other day, somebody said to me, they're like, "Oh, how long have you been doing it now?" And I still feel like I'm like 20 years old. And it was a sudden realization because I was like, "Oh, I've only been doing it for oh my word." 15 years, and I was like, oh god, like it just suddenly hit me that I'm an old guy now. Like, I'm an old washed out has-been. Although what I would say to some people is I would rather be a washed up has-been than a has never been.
Yeah.
So over to you, Liv, at the start of your career, you fresh spring chicken.
Well, I've been doing gigs now with my very good friend Ollie for a year now.
So you just had that realisation, haven't you?
Yeah, it's.
See what I mean? And you're young.
It's like, I think it was 2-3 days ago, I got a notification on my phone saying you've been gigging for a year, and for me that's a massive achievement because if you had met me 2 years ago, you wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have even spoken to you.
Wow.
That's how.
Because I'm so good looking, or?
No. well, no. But I wouldn't speak. I was so insecure and anxious about everything.
Yeah,
And
a lot of people are like that, and then you find something to kind of help. I still get it actually today. A lot of people won't know that about me, like in my personal life. If I've got a really important gig or a big show, or if I've got lots of people in the audience that I know, is another one.
That's a big
Put me
one.
on stage in front of 5 billion people and I'll do my show to the best of my abilities. Put me on stage in front of like 15, 20 people that I know and I absolutely cack myself. It's so strange. So I still have them moments. But I think you're doing very well and you're getting very confident and you are good at what you do. So
Thank you.
Keep at it, stick at it.
Yeah.
Tell us more about you and Ollie.
So, for starters, Lolly is a story in itself.
Lolly is the name of the duo.
Yeah,
Very clever, I like that.
So it was actually my best friend Josh's idea, because he's always said, "Oh, well, you two look really good together. You should be together."
Like romantically.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
No.
How does Ollie feel about this?
Just no. We
Have
were
you
just
ever?
no,
Ooh.
no,
Would you not?
no.
Do you want me to put in a good word?
No.
I'll give him a call and be like, Ollie, I love
Stop
you.
it! Stop it!
Liv's got a thing for you.
Anyway,
Be like a lolly, lolly, lolly. Sorry, carry on.
anyway, can you imagine it? Olivia and Oliver. It's just
Oh yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
no. No, but we are just really close friends. But then Josh, being Josh, just said it. Your ship name would be Lolly, Liv and Ollie.
Ship name?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I don't know what you said there.
Yeah. Yeah, because when the ship sails,
My granddad once said to me, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I said, "You know, like them ships you get in a bottle." I said, "I want a ship in a bottle." My granddad was hard of hearing. I'll leave that one there.
Yeah.
So that's how Lolly was born.
Yeah.
I like it because you get that with celebrities, don't you? They get like I can't think of any now. Brad and Angelina. They did it, and I'm sure there was loads more. Bosch and Pex. I don't know. I don't think that was one. Pex.
Should be one.
It should be, shouldn't it? It should be. So yeah, I like it. So you're very good. I have to say, I'll be honest with you. So I spoke to your mum before I met you, didn't I? So your mum called me up to book me to host an event later on in the year, which we'll talk about in the show in a little while's time. And after she finished booking me, I just wanted to get off the phone at that point, and she was like, because she chats, doesn't she? Your mum, she talks a lot, and she said, she was like, "Oh my God, so you have to come down on Friday night, right? So on Friday night, she's not from Essex, by the way, she is now. So on Friday night, you come down to Aggie's bar because my daughter's singing there. So you've got to come down. She's absolutely amazing. Come on there." So I was like, "Oh right, God, here we go." And I just thought it's going to be another one of them, like, you know, it's my daughter singing. She's absolutely amazing. And then I tell her about Aggie's, and you've got this like daughter on the microphone who's like screeching at the top of her voice, like smashing windows, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, shut her up!" And your mum's just there like, "Oh, isn't she amazing? Like, she's my baby girl. She's so good." But I have to say, it was completely not like that. It was, you know, you are very, very good in your at what you do. And it's like them mums that have you met them that show you a picture of their baby?
No.
You've never had
I
this?
can't say I
Or
have.
their dog, or they have their baby in a pushchair, and they're like, "Oh, look, he's 7 weeks old. Come have a look." And you lean in and you look at this baby, and you've got like, I don't know, some alien version of Shrek sort of like looking at you.
So like my brother.
and British, because we're British, everybody goes, "Oh, he's so sweet, he's so cute." And they say things like, "Why has he got so much lovely hair?" Whereas I don't want to lie to them, like they've got 100 babies. I just go, I've got a way around it though, this is clever. I always go, "Oh, he's oh, that cute flanky he's got. Oh, lovely."
I've got some bad news for you.
Go on.
You've just said that on a podcast.
Oh, everyone's going to know now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if I ever say to anybody, "Oh, that's a lovely blanket," they're going to think I'm calling their baby ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Shrek.
Podcast.
Anyway, so that's enough about us and baby Shreks and stuff and all of that jazz. Let's move on to what the podcast is about.
Yeah.
So it's obviously the Marple podcast. So it's about everything Marple and Marpolian. I'm going to make that word happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to. How did it come about? Do you remember?
We were talking about promoting the Marple Fest, weren't we?
That's right, yeah. I remember.
And you asked, is there a podcast of the people we can go talk to about it? And well, there isn't.
Yeah, we looked, didn't we? And there was, you know, like a Bromley one and
Stockport one.
yeah. But there was not a Marple one. I was like,
No.
let's do it.
But then you ask people and they're like, "What's a podcast?"
Yeah, how do I watch that?
Well, I mean, you don't watch them, you listen to them.
Exactly. Well, you can watch ours because it's on. I don't understand. Everybody films their podcast and put it on YouTube. So surely, is it a TV show or is it? I mean, if you want to watch it on YouTube, guys, go and watch it on YouTube. You can see us. We're just sitting there. That's all it is. We're just having a chat. Well, actually, it looks very technical in our new studio here.
Oh yeah.
The lovely window with Marple scenes outside. You know, you'd never believe that just behind this window was actually your mum cooking our dinner.
Yeah.
Probably naked because she doesn't know that anybody's there, but.
I don't even want to think about that.
So we started the podcast. The idea is to be kind of like a heart for the community, really.
Yeah.
So somewhere where you can get all of your information from weekly. There's not a newspaper either, is there? There's
No, it's like
the one that's like quarterly or something.
yeah, it's
It's not a
quarterly.
weekly one. So we do this podcast, and that's it's our new little project that we're involved with some other people helping us with it. So it's just a place, you can get hold of all of your events that are coming up in Marple and different people. We've got some interviews coming up.
Yeah. It's actually a really nice thing to this podcast is a nice thing to go listen to because there's a lot of grey areas in Marple. There's a lot of topics that
hot topics, controversial
Yeah.
topics, we are going to tackle, which I'm looking forward to. Like I say, next week we've got quite a controversial interview, which I'm very much looking forward to.
no spoilers.
No spoilers. So that's the idea of it all. Which, saying about the interviews, we are going to be interviewing some of the well-known people in Marple, the Marpolian celebrities. I will make it happen. And that kind of brings us to our first official segment.
The Marple review.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The Marple
Review.
on the Marple Podcast.
So each week, Liv and I are going to be going out to you guys in the community and reviewing different places, different bars and cafes and restaurants and pubs,
Takeaways.
shops.
Yeah, anything really.
Yeah. We'll come round to your house and review your toilet if you want. It's absolutely no problem with me.
You could do your plumbing work.
Yes, I could, yes. Or I just have a poo around someone else's house. I've had 2 at yours today.
Yeah, you did take a while in the bathroom.
So this week, we went down to Aggie's Bar.
Yes, we did.
Tell us a bit about Aggie's.
It's such a lovely but place.
Yeah.
So I actually do gigs there. One of my first gigs was at Aggie's Bar, and the people who go in are lovely. I mean, Marple's lovely anyway, but the vibe that's Aggie's Bar is just amazing, and you saw that going in.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the big thing. You probably know what I'm going to say already.
Yeah.
It's just when you're there, when you're in Aggie's, you just. How do I put this? It's just not the kind of bar you expect to find in Marple.
No.
Like, not that anything wrong with Marple, of course, but it's very almost European. It's like it very much reminds me of when you're abroad and you're walking down. You're on holiday. Well, not holiday because holiday makes you think of like Blackpool and chavvy, tacky places. But like when you're in places like nice places and you're walking down the seafront and it's evening time, it's still kind of nice and warm. And you find all them little sort of continental European bars. That is what Aggie reminds me of, and I was correct. We found out because in our interview, as they'll hear in a moment, Bomber told us that's where the idea came from.
Yeah.
So he's definitely got the feel correct with the place. But we went in. It's such a lovely atmosphere.
Although there's one question we can't answer.
There is definitely a question we can't answer. I'm hoping the guys listening can answer it for us. When we sat down, I asked Liv why it was a bar. She didn't really know what I meant, and I wanted to know what the difference between a bar and a pub was. Can you tell them what your answer was to that?
So I said, because it was just something that came to my head that
Don't try and excuse it now, just because it was the most ridiculous thing you've ever said in your life.
It is. A bar doesn't sell crisps.
I can't cope. So Liv thought that they are a bar and not a pub because they don't sell crisps. So we've since found out that is completely not true. But we're laughing about it. We still don't really know because we asked Bomber, who owns Aggie's, and he didn't know.
Well, actually, no, he does know. He googled it, but then forgot.
Oh yeah, he said that, but he said, and we still haven't Googled it all this time. We keep talking about it. If anybody knows the difference, what's the difference between a bar and a club? Because there is obviously a difference. You know if you're in a bar or a pub, don't you?
Yeah, but what
is the difference?
No.
Let us know. You can contact us obviously on the Marple podcast at gmail.com or click on the link that's with the podcast to send us a voice message. So and also you pointed out to me earlier about the seating.
Yes, so actually if you go into Aggie's bar, the seating on the left, had to just quickly check that was my left.
Left and right.
Yeah, the Methodist Church actually donated their seating to Aggie's bar when it was being built.
Which is so cool, isn't it? Because I have been in Aggie so many times, I've sat in them seats, and in my head, I think I've sort of noticed that they are church pews,
but it doesn't
really register.
No.
And until you said that, I was like, oh yeah, see it, get it now. So that is just a really cool, quirky feature. They've got lovely lights on the roof, and they've got brilliant pictures on the wall.
Oh, those little blue LED lights that they've got. I don't know what it is.
It just sets the atmosphere,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
It really does.
It really does. It makes you feel like warm and cosy, and
especially when you're doing a gig. And don't ask me why, but it just, for some reason, people are so much nicer and calmer when there's stringed lights, when there's stuff on the walls.
It sets the atmosphere, it makes the mood.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, shall we play out what happened when we went and met Bomber?
Whose real name is?
Well, we can't say, can we? Because it's an exclusive in the recording. But we can talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
We do have an exclusive coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen, as well. Shall we play it out?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're here in Aggie's. We are with, now we know you as Bomber. Is we call you Bomber or Paul? Paul? Is it a Paul?
It is Paul.
You don't look like a Paul.
This is a scoop for Marple. There's not many people in Marple that know my name is Paul.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Exclusive. Bomber's name is Paul. You don't look like Paul. You look more like a I don't know, like a Derek or something.
I would say Kevin.
A Kevin, yeah. It could be
It's the beard. It's the beard.
I could fall out with you quite easily.
No, you love it.
That's no disrespect to any Kevins that may be watching.
Let's not start arguing already. It's only our first episode, for goodness sake. So here's my thing. I was just saying earlier on when we first got here, we got a drink, that the reason why I love Aggies so much is because it really gives me a vibe of being abroad. Like, you know, sort of when you're down the strip in Spain and you've got them little bars with like an acoustic guitar player. Is there any inspiration from there, or is it just...
That was actually our inspiration in the first place. I don't know that many people know that we actually started off as a pop-up bar on a Saturday evening in All Things Nice, which is next door.
Okay.
Rick Morris, that owned it at the time, let us, because he knew of our idea of opening a continental-style bar. He said, I don't open on Saturday evenings, give it a go if you like, as a pop-up, which we did. And that was the vibe we were after. Aggie's Bar now isn't quite the same. It's evolved a little bit, but we do still like that vibe.
Well, it must be similar, because I mean, obviously I'm quite new to the area, and that's the first thing I said to you, Liv, wasn't it? Like I said, it really feels like I'm abroad. I love this place for that very reason. Can you answer something for us?
Yeah, I was about to ask. What's the difference between a bar and a pub?
You know what? I actually Googled that myself a few months ago, and I can't remember the answer.
So do you know what Liv thinks the answer is? Liv thinks the answer is a pub sells crisps and a bar doesn't. Do you sell crisps?
We do when we've got them in.
Wow.
So when they've got them in, they're a pub. But when they're not, they're a bar.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there is an actual
Aggie's pub.
difference. As such, a dictionary definition, I don't know whether there is a big difference.
No, I don't, but you can. There is some sort of difference, isn't there?
It's still a public house at the end of that. That's what public house. So we are still a public house. But
So I wondered if it was anything to do with licensing, but
so
Just more fancy.
maybe somebody will probably watch this and go, he doesn't even know the difference between a pub and a bar. There's a definite,
And I'll
distinction.
be looking really stupid saying, "Oh, well, you don't know Chris."
Well, you don't need to know. You just own it. Like, let the workers do it. But no, really, really, really love it. It's so cute in here as well. It's so small. What is your capacity?
Seating, probably about 30 people. When we're full, which when we've got acts on, singers on, karaoke on, mainly get up to about 50 people in, but that's a bit of a push at 50.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it round about that or a little bit lower. But then again, when people get up dancing and having a sing along, it feels like it's a bigger place.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So yeah,
I have to say,
the outside space as well. Obviously.
Yeah. I have to say, I came in on last weekend when Liv did a gig here with Lolly, and there was loads of people here then, but it's not uncomfortable at all, is it?
No.
There's a nice area, it's a nice kind of space and setup for that.
Well, when I started performing here, my first gig, I was like freaking out. New area, don't like new areas, but the vibe that was set when we started playing, it made me more confident.
Yeah.
And I felt, why am I nervous? These people enjoy their time here. Half of them are drunk. And it was just
Including you, probably, if you was on stage.
Don't tell Ollie.
That's the good thing. A lot of our customers love to get up and have a dance. I know we're not a big place, but we've got a biggish bar area which we left at that size on purpose. We've got bar stools up there that we can shove out of the way. We left it that size on purpose because we know people like to gather in groups and they can have a dance up and down there. And it works all ways. People can sit at the bar, or stand at the bar and have a drink while people are dancing in front of them, and they just move around each other. And it's always been like that, and it just happened like that.
Yeah. And so obviously, because you're not brewery run, so you have a say in what you sell, I guess. And you've got some really interesting taps at the back of the bar.
Yeah.
Is that real ales or something, or what is that?
There's a big thing about real ales and cask ales and keg ales. Ours are all keg. We haven't got the room or the cold rooms to have cask on, so they're all kegged, which might not mean a lot to a lot of people who just come in and having a pint of lager after work, but to certain people it does mean a lot. We don't sell cask ales. We've got a couple of lines on for sort of generic lager, but then we use local breweries. Torside at New Mills we've used from day one. They've been really good, especially during lockdown when we were doing home deliveries. Torside would
alcohol home deliveries.
Yes.
Wow, that's something I
you don't know about that.
Well, I wasn't here in lockdown. You see,
I was great.
Yeah, we were doing 4-pint flagons of beer, cocktail deliveries.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
in
cool.
pouches.
I think you should still do it.
Torside from New Mills we use, Howard Town Brewery from Glossop, and even LWC, our big supplier, is a Manchester-based firm, so it's still local. So.
I like the Guinnesses. You've got one of them. I call it the Guinness dozzers. It's like,
the magic.
It's meant to taste like a proper pint from Dublin.
It is, and I don't drink Guinness, so I'm not sure it does taste like a proper pint.
Well, do you know what? I only drink Guinness, and I have drank Guinness in Dublin, and I'll probably get complaints for saying this, but I've never been able to taste the difference from one Guinness to the other. Guinness is just Guinness to me.
That's contentious.
But I'm
on the first episode.
I know, but I'm not Irish, you see. So if it's too warm or there's not enough of it in the glass, I soon see that it's not right and go and complain.
At that point, talking about the Guinness, we are a community bar, and we love Marple community. If you want a really good pint of Guinness, the Hatter's Arms is the place to go. The best Guinness.
So I live very close there, and I see a sign. There's a sign that says something like the best Guinness in Marple. I always wondered if it's because they're the only pub that does the only Guinness in Marple.
It's true. It's true.
Why is that? Do you know? Or?
I think he's got to be, because Ray, who owns the Hatters, is Irish. So if he doesn't do a good pint of Guinness,
or if anybody says that he isn't the best because he's Irish, he'll probably come and beat us up or something. We'll probably do the Hatters in a later episode, I hope. Try and get around all of them. Yeah. Well, look, Paul, that's too weird, isn't it?
It's too weird. It's just Bomber.
Yeah, it's Bomber. it's lovely to meet you properly anyway, and thank you for featuring in our first ever episode.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Yeah.
The Marple.
Review.
So, there we go. That's what happened when we went to Aggie's and met Paul.
Yeah, who I still think looks like a Kevin.
Yeah, you did say that actually. What did I say? Barry. I said I think it was like Barry. He wasn't happy when I called him Barry.
Or Kevin, he hates
You should have seen him when I called him Sally. Well, he was wearing a dress at the time.
Yeah, he was. Bright pink.
Oh, he's not going to like us after this, is he? But no, so that's our first ever Marple review. If you haven't been down to Aggie's, then we really recommend going down there. It's comfy, welcoming, dogs are welcome, you can sit on pews and look at blue lights. Sit on pews and look at pews.
Yeah.
It really
Watch
is
some
lovely.
amazing, talented people.
Yeah, and Liv as
And
well.
me.
Yeah.
And overall, just have a great night.
It is a really, really
The best of Marple.
On the Marple Podcast.
So, we this week's podcast will be, or is a little bit shorter than it usually will be, and that's because we want to go to bed. So, no, it's not. It's because we would normally have another segment in the podcast, but we want you guys to get involved in. So this is going to be called the Best of Marple. And in the Best of Marple, we are looking for people that are doing great things for the community. I've had a few people nominate people already.
Oh, really?
Have you heard of this Dan Bank John?
Yes, I have.
What's this all about? Because
I think I'm not really sure about who he is or what he does.
well, nobody seems. It's a bit of a mystery.
But I know that people around that area obviously must know him.
And am I right in saying that he's done some gardening or something? Or?
I think he keeps Dan Bank nice and keeps all the flowers and plants healthy.
Okay,
So he does it off his own back. He doesn't get told or paid to do any of it.
right,
It's just he wants his area to look nice. And I think,
as he should.
yeah, but I think that's a really, really nice thing for him to
Yeah,
do.
so I mean, if anybody knows how we can get in touch with Dan Bank John,
Which is brilliant.
if that's
thing.
even his name, we'd love to be able to speak to him. People like that is who we want to get featured in the Best of Marple. So people like carers in the community is always a good one. People who are doing different fundraising events that we can obviously plug on the podcast as well to help you raise some funds. Please do get in touch to nominate anybody that you may know that's doing something good for the community. To hopefully next week we'll have somebody.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. No, so please do get in touch with us. The website is themarplepodcast.com, and hopefully we'll have some nominees for next week's segment, the Best of Marple.
Yay!
What's on this week in Marple?
So let's move on to our What's On.
Yes, what is on? So first we have beer traders 2 till 8 p.m. Salt Zoo serving street food on Saturday.
So that's street food. What is street food? Food off the street, or?
I'm not really sure. We'll have to go.
So Aggie's Bar on Friday night have got a Rod Stewart tribute. Now I have heard about this Rod Stewart tribute. He is absolutely amazing.
Is
Apparently, I am told it's literally like watching a Rod Stewart concert. He looks like him, he sounds like him, he moves. Oh, they want me to star in there for it to film you and sing to film you. I don't know why I'm just going Irish now. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest with you. But I'm going to probably speak Irish for the rest of the podcast now. So what happens, it kind of gets stuck inside you. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rod Stewart on Friday night at tomorrow night. As this goes on Thursday on Aggie's at Aggie's Bar. Rod Stewart.
And then the navigation have karaoke on Saturday.
Saturday night, I go to that karaoke.
Oh, do you?
I do. I love the Navy. It's probably my favourite pub. Probably because they let me get away with all sorts. It was only a couple of weeks ago. I was singing Sweet Transvestite in Rocky Horror Show. I had a radio mic. I was dancing behind the bar, drinking shots of vodka from the Optics. I was a complete and utter state. It was lovely.
Well, if you want to see Robbie like that, go to the navigation pub on the Saturday night for karaoke. And then on Sunday, the Ringer Bells are having the brass band perform a concert at lunchtime, 12:30. So
Regent Cinema are currently showing The Joyriders, starring Olivia Colman. And that's showing until the 11th of August. Also, they've got a matinee at 4 o'clock, and that is the Minions Rise of Gru.
I love the Minions.
You look a bit like a minion.
Do I?
But I could be Gru. Although I've never actually seen it, so.
That's actually quite offending.
I used to work on stage with a giant minion, but it was just a man in a suit.
Oh.
Farmer John's Mountain Bike Park have got an introduction to off-road cycling on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Off-road cycling, is that not just mountain biking?
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm not getting up that early.
Oh, absolutely not. God, on a Saturday, that's when I'm going to bed.
And then on Monday the 8th, a parent and child embroidery taster in the Marple Library. Do you know anything about that?
I won't lie to you. No.
No.
Sounds. I mean, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but
It's gonna sound
if
really
you want
bad.
to do embroiderying,
This is gonna sound really bad, but I can't remember the last time I was actually in the library.
I wouldn't be able to say where the library is.
I can tell you where the library is.
You don't need it these days because you've got like
Phones.
Kindles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but shh, it's in the library.
It's in the library.
On Saturday the 6th as well at 11:30 in Market Street. This is a hilarious one. Well, I say hilarious, it's not hilarious. It was just a very interesting event that we were told to put out on the podcast. Your mum did these notes for us and we've been trying to translate them all day, haven't we, to work out what they say. So 11:30am on Saturday in Market Street, there's a stall, I don't know what's on the stall, but it's there about the anniversary of the Hiroshima bomb, which has nothing to do with Marple, but it is in Marple. And it's there to promote the Treaty of Prevention of Nuclear Weapons. That was a nuclear weapon from my mouth. Thank you. I do nuclear weapons in the toilet sometimes.
I don't doubt that.
People are never going to listen to this podcast again. Are
No. And then on and then every Saturday, you've got Park Run in Brabbins
they? At 9am.
at 9am.
At 9am. People are going to get up at 8am to get to the park for 9am to run.
To run.
I can't run. Don't
I
mind.
can't lie, I don't really know much about it, but one of my really close friends used to
Another best friend.
Yeah, another best friend.
Josh, best friend. Ollie, best friend.
No, but this one is my actual best friend.
Oh, well, actual best friend. Exclusive.
Exclusive. No, but she used to record the runners, and she does photography, or she used to, and she used to go with her sister and just photography, all of it. Photography. I can't think of the word.
After we've done this for a few weeks, we need to release a book called like the Marple Dictionary or Evan Liv's Dictionary, where it's just random words that we keep making up. Where she just photographies things.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, we're so Marpolian. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh dear.
You heard it here,
Yeah,
folks.
you did indeed. Honestly, running at that time, I can't even run a bath at that time. And then on Sunday the 7th, in the afternoon, there's a guitarist who is guitarist and singer Rob Morris in Aggie's Bar. That's all the events that we could find, but if you've got any events that you want us to talk about or visit even on the Marple podcast, then do let us know. We'll be happy to mention you and give you guys a shout out.
Definitely.
Well, Liv, look, we've done it.
We've done it
We've
already.
done the first episode.
Wow.
Finally.
I know.
It's been a long time coming.
Definitely.
We started recording at 6am on Monday morning. It's now the evening of Wednesday, and we're functioning like it's been good. It's been nice, and now it's running. How do you feel?
A lot better. It's like I was getting into this anxious state of I don't want to know what it's like.
Yeah.
Like the fear of the unknown.
Exactly that. Exactly.
But then, as soon as we started, it's straight off just awesome.
And it just runs, isn't it? It's just like having a chat. I like it. I hope you guys listening have enjoyed it. Please do get involved in the show. All the details will be widely available, and of course you can visit the website marplepodcast.com. Please do visit that because that's costing me £4.50 a year. So let's make it worth it. And that's all that we've really got to say for this week. Join us again next Thursday. I don't know what the date is, but join us then.
Just join us then, yeah.
Episode 2, where we have got a very controversial interview, which we will be airing. Provided we get it, we've not got the interview yet.
I think we do.
No, I mean, we've got to actually go and record it.
Oh yeah.
They've agreed to it. We're not just going to knock on their door and hope that they're going to talk to us, you Wally.
I mean, we can force them.
Yeah, we have ways of making you talk.
Do the plumbing for them.
Exactly. So yeah, do have a fantastic week, whatever it is you're doing. If you see us in the street, please don't talk to us. No, I'm joking. Say hello, let us know your thoughts on the podcast and what you want to hear, what you want to feature.
Definitely.
All that's left to say is for us to say bye-bye!
Bye!
Are you ready?
It's recording.
listening to Marple's brand new podcast with Robbie and Liv.